Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, parents, friends, faculty, students, soon-to-be alumni. Thank you for being here this afternoon to help us celebrate this fantastic class of the Bullis class of 2022. This is the penultimate event of the year. It's an event that I really think starts, I hope it's going to start a safe and joyous and celebratory weekend that's going to culminate in the last event of the year, of course, which is graduation. And I think that probably as this year has unfolded, some of you have reflected, and perhaps especially the 11 lifers, have reflected on this year and your year of Bullis lasts. So your last first day, your last prom, your last homecoming, your last athletic event, your last exam, last class, and of course on Monday, the last event of your Bullis career, at least as students. You'll have a lifelong relationship with the school, but your last event as students will be graduation. Now, that's last, yes, but it's also your first graduation. Sure, you've been promoted from lower school to middle school, and middle school up to the upper school, but this is your first graduation. You'll have graduations to come. You'll have master's degrees and PhDs, I'm sure, many graduations in your future. But maybe this is the most important. This is a real marker in time between one sense of being a young person and a more mature, independent person. It's a really important event. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you savor it. I hope you honor it. I want to thank a couple of people tonight. The teachers throughout the year have been amazing, but I really do want to thank the people that have helped put this on tonight. Kathy Campbell, I think, seemed to do it almost on her own, so thank you very much to Ms. Campbell. I would say, you've heard me say this before, I'll say it again though, I'm always conflicted with awards programs. There are so many students. In fact, we would like to honour individually all the students this evening. You know by now, not everybody gets a trophy. Sorry about that. But awards like this do help to illustrate what a school values, and that's really important. So in closing, there's three teachers that couldn't be here tonight. So Dr. Ramine is standing in for Ms. Kwalu, Mr. Zimmer is standing in for Mr. Kojal, and Ms. Kittle is standing in for Mr. Walters. And with that, it is my very great pleasure to introduce Logan Dross, who is the president of the National Honor Society, who's going to help induct our new members. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for that introduction, and good evening, parents, faculty, Bullis community, and my fellow classmates. My name is Logan Dross, and I am the president of the Bullis chapter of the National Honor Society. Students who have maintained a 91.5 average and are recognized as students who excel in representing the four pillars of the National Honor Society, character, service, leadership, and scholarship, are invited to apply for membership at the conclusion of their senior year. It is my pleasure to induct two new members into the Bullis National Honor Society. Please join me in welcoming Claire Harvey and Grace Heinzelman. Claire is consistently described as a passionate young woman. Her teachers describe her as a deep thinker with beliefs rooted in causes that she cares and is very passionate about. She provides insight valuable and wise beyond her years in and outside of the classroom. Her college counselor, Miss Miller, comments, "She is thoughtful, kind, and cares deeply about her fellow classmates and peers. She's a learner, a teacher, and a strong community builder. She doesn't need the spotlight or the praise for her efforts, but she is there, putting in the hard work to make sure her community is always growing for the better." Ms. Lombardo added that she was impressed with Claire's depth of intellectual curiosity. She said that Claire is a force to be reckoned with, and it has been wonderful to see how much she has grown throughout the year. Congratulations, Claire. Grace is a diligent hard worker. Across the board, her teachers are amazed by her dedication to grasping the material and showing up to class attentive and prepared. They always can count on her to eagerly tackle a subject and share her intellectual insights. Ms. DeLauder noted, "What I admire most about Grace is her tenacity. AP Chemistry presented her with some incredibly complex topics, but she powered through and made it her mission to comprehend each day's content to the best of her ability. Not only was Grace an incredible student to teach, but she was kind and patient as a classmate to each of her peers, encouraging them every step along the way. Grace is also very creative. She's described as an outside-of-the-box thinker that enjoys finding interesting and unique solutions to problems or tackling an assignment from a different angle. Congratulations, Grace. I am so happy that we were able to take the opportunity to recognize Claire and Grace tonight as we induct them into the National Honor Society. As their classmate, I know they both exemplify the foundation in which NHS stands. Please join me in one final round of applause for our outstanding inductees. I would now like to welcome Dr. Romine to the podium, standing in for Ms. Kawalu, to present the Irene Ford Smith Memorial Award for Excellence in Social Studies.
Thank you, Logan. It is my privilege to present the Irene Ford Smith Memorial Award for Excellence in Social Studies to Sasha Hansen. Both in and out of the classroom, Sasha has exemplified our mission to develop caring, global citizens and creative, critical thinkers who will thrive in tomorrow's world. Her work ethic, leadership, interpersonal skills, and genuine thirst for personal growth shone through her work this year in AP Psychology, AP Comparative Government, and the Humanities and Global Studies capstone. This year, where she actually actively shared insights and questions as she tackled real-world problems. As co-president of the Educate Girls Globally Club, she was instrumental in organizing and leading our carnation sale to raise funds to support our fellows in India, and spearheaded a winter coat drive for Afghan refugees new to our area. Sasha completed her HGS capstone research project on maximizing diversity, equity, and inclusion, teaching Asian American Pacific Islander history at Bullis. After a deep dive into researching the historical and current issues around equity and inclusion of the AAPI culture, Peoples in History in K-12 curricula, she met with the U.S. Social Studies faculty to share her research along with curricular resources and recommendations to make our curriculum more inclusive. Thank you, Sasha, for your many contributions to the Social Studies program in Bullis community. We have no doubt that you will continue to flourish and positively impact the world beyond Bullis. Okay. Mrs. Amanda Lombardo will now present the Douglas London Award for Excellence in English.
Good evening. Will Charlotte Kane please join me on the stage? I'm gonna cry. Terry Eagleton writes, "Literary texts do not exist on bookshelves. For literature to happen, the reader is quite as vital as the author. Charlotte approaches reading with purpose, passion, and unmatched vitality. The text is alive and constantly shape-shifting depending on the lens through which she views it. Interestingly, students in AP Lit are conditioned to avoid acknowledging the reader in order to practice objective analysis. In true Keynesian fashion, however, Charlotte proved ready to tackle reception theory. She just didn't know what it was called yet. In her paper on Invisible Man, Charlotte writes, Ellison recognizes the power of the reader and reclaims control by pushing his audience into the narrative. Ellison isolates the reader alongside the narrator. He addresses us directly, saying, "Let me be honest with you," a feat which I find of the utmost difficulty. Ellison reveals the struggle for Invisible Man to communicate with his audience, complicating the relationship between the reader and the writer and reinforcing the reader as a character. Charlotte, papers like this, along with our many literary discussions throughout the year, bring so much joy to a teacher. They are interesting, unique, and thought-provoking, traits that, along with your unbridled enthusiasm for learning, you will carry with you throughout your life, most immediately to college, and I could not be more proud to call you a fellow Boston College Eagle. Congratulations on earning the Douglas London Prize for Excellence in English, and thank you for a truly exceptional year. Dr. Sarah Romine will now present the Award for Excellence in the Humanities.
This year, it is my pleasure to present Claire Harvey with the Award for Excellence in the Humanities. Claire is a dedicated and deeply compassionate student with a strong commitment to social justice and equity. Her curiosity about the world and desire to have a positive impact on society are evident in all that she does. As a senior, Claire enrolled in the Humanities and Global Studies capstone program. She engaged in a year-long research project to investigate relations between minority youth and police officers. She considered the higher incarceration rates for Black youth and also examined the school-to-prison pipeline. Claire wrote a research paper in which she drew on the latest studies and findings regarding policing of youth. As part of her community research, Claire engaged in interviews with a school research officer and a friend who had had encounters with the police. Lastly, Claire taught an American government class for her experiential component. She structured the class to encourage thoughtful dialogue around the issue of school resource officers. Claire brought energy and passion to her capstone topic. Claire brings a deep work ethic, a sense of justice, and a passion for equity to all that she does, and I know she will thrive next year at Spelman College. Congratulations, Claire. I would now like to welcome Mr. Matt Zimmer, who is standing in for Mr. Kojal, to the podium to present the John H. Dillon Memorial Award for Excellence in Science.
Good evening. The Science Department is pleased to recognize a senior who demonstrates excellent scientific skills as well as possesses the passion for the field with this award. This year's recipient is Julian Christensen. Julian was dubbed a quote-unquote perfect scientist almost 4 years ago for his inquisitiveness and genuine curiosity in honors chemistry. Most recently, Julian was recognized by his classmates in AP chemistry for his grit, tenacity, and determination to succeed throughout the year. He keeps his teachers on their toes, requesting practice and study materials far ahead of time. As such, he was always able to balance the needs of a busy schedule with his academic, athletic, and musical pursuits. A 2020 academic paper studying the link between music and scientific success in over 100,000 students had researchers remark, engagement in music can build a positive self-image and aid in developing effective learning routines, as well as increase motivation. These findings make perfect sense because learning to play an instrument is not an overnight success. It is rather a slow and deliberate process, which takes years to master. It is clear that Julian has taken that slow and deliberate process in his core science and in all that he does, and why tonight we recognize the holistic student and scientific thinker that has continuously grown during his time at Bullis. The science department will sorely miss him next year. Congratulations, Julian, for earning this year's award. This year's recipient of the John W. Spencer Award for Excellence in Mathematics is Henry Maravilla. If we just evaluated Henry's excellence in math on his own preparation for class, he would be a unique and special student. Very early in the year, Henry shared his opinions, generally positive, of upcoming topics in the course well in advance of us reaching them. I was curious. It turns out that Henry will regularly be prepared for class several weeks in advance. Late in the year, Henry missed several parts of a practice exam due to many other APs, yet requested the parts he would miss, which constituted several hours of work, to complete on his own. Smiling, as Henry often does, though you may not see it now, he explained that he had some time and liked something to do. Henry is a relentless learner. Henry enjoys closely puzzling out details involved in the foundations of ideas, whether it be rhetorical strategies in English, Latin or Greek grammar, or the limit definition of an integral in calculus. Henry loves understanding the underlying connections and the intricacies that bind a subject together. He appreciates how the algebra, the notations, and the symbols explain and illuminate the beauty of calculus, its structure and reasoning. While Henry's individual actions make him an excellent math student, of greater significance to our community is how he interacts with his classmates. Henry excels in small group work. He is patient, he listens carefully, and spends much of class time helping others find the solutions to their questions. Outside of class, Henry leads Bullis student tutors in their work to support students in all disciplines. He initiated and organized the plan for groups of Bullis student tutors to help other students prepare for exams. We appreciate your contributions to Bullis. Congratulations, Henry. Richard Green will now present the Barbara Marks. I apologize. 2 pages. Standing in for Mark Kittle, Taryn Kittle will now present the 12th grade STEM award. My apologies.
Each year, we present the STEM Award to a 12th grade student who excels in science, technology, engineering, and math. This student has taken numerous STEM courses throughout their Bullis career and has used the knowledge gained from each to develop a robust STEM capstone project that often demanded sudden, creative solutions. This year's recipient, Ethan Rathmel, used his knowledge of CAD to help his team design a working gas engine go-kart, which brought what seemed to be an infinite joy to his peers, faculty, and especially the lower schoolers who delighted in seeing it drive around campus. In the classroom, Ethan is described as a determined and positive student who places his best efforts towards surmounting challenging problems. He is invaluable to his classmates, providing a listening ear, an upbeat attitude, and encouraging words of support. Ethan is a role model for other students, often stepping into a leadership role, demonstrating how organized documentation, ingenuity, and hard work are vital for success. Ethan is ambitious, choosing to work on projects that interest him, even if they might be complex, like a rope suspension bookshelf, an inexpensive enclosure for a solar phone charger, and of course, a go-kart. I am honored to present Ethan with the STEM Award, and I cannot wait to see what impressive feats he accomplishes as he studies engineering at the University of Maryland this fall. Mr. Richard Green will now present the Barbara Marks Award for Excellence in World Languages.
Buenas tardes a todos. Bonsoir, mes amis, bonsoir. Daja hao. Et salve te omnes. And knowing who's in the audience, I feel like I should add kalispera, guten Abend, and buonasera. Quick question. How many of you understood what I was saying, riffing through all those languages, even if you couldn't tell me what every single word meant? That's one of the interesting things about language. You can understand the whole of it, even if you don't understand all of it, right? And people oftentimes find out, oh, you know this language. How do you say that? Or what does this mean, right? And as if you can do that. It works for words, you know. What's the difference between Fulman and Fulgore? But paragraphs, sentences, perfectly formed phrases, gets tricky. And the paradox is the more you know the language, the harder it can become, okay? And it's living there, juxtaposed between frustration and jubilation, between odi et amo, that characterizes the recipient of this year's award, Charlotte Kane. El Federo Patercola. El Federo. 7 years ago, Charlotte's love for Latin was kindled with Magistra Kvasniuk. It was tended all through middle school, fed and nurtured by Magistra Beckman in the upper school, and I'm glad to say that I got to see it burst into flame over the last couple of years. This year, Charlotte added Attic Greek to her schedule for variety's sake, but her passion was always with Latin. Free from the constraints of an AP syllabus, she wanted to do all of the Latin. So this year we did Virgil, we did the Ovid, the Catullus. She tolerated some Tacitus, a little Cicero. We read Milton in Latin. It didn't matter as long as it was Latin, preferably poetry. She wanted to do Latin during Latin class, during study hall, after school, odd times for emails asking about random lines of poetry. It didn't matter, as long as it was Latin, okay? And she wasn't just slogging through it to check off, titles or things on a list. No, she wanted to discuss why Ovid's version in the Heroides of this particular story differs from Catullus's version of the same story, or why this particular quote that echoes something that Virgil said in the Aeneid was used over here in the Metamorphoses. Was there some kind of purpose to that? Were they evoking something? Were they contrasting? It didn't matter, right? Not just slogging, but going deep. J.R.R. Tolkien, of Lord of the Rings fame, he knew a thing or two about language. He had a lot of things to say about language, but one thing that I've been thinking about recently is he once said, he gave a lecture where he proposed that everyone has a native language, and it's very frequently not the language you're born into. Okay, that's an accident of circumstance. Instead, your native language you discover, and you know that you found it because you realize that it opens up, you recognize and understand that it opens up new modes of expression where word and form and meaning come together to do things that you never imagined were possible. And you recognize it because it resonates with something in you that you didn't know was there because you had to go and find it. After 7 years, we have to allow for the possibility that Latin may not be Charlotte's native language, but at the very least, can be confident that she at least struck somewhere near the mark, and if nothing else, has set herself on the path to finding it one day. Ergo, hac nocte, imo de pectore, ego laetor, me praefere praemium hoc, ab tribus magistris nobis, discipulae nostrae clarissimae optimaeque. It is a privilege and a pleasure to present the Barbara Marx Award for Excellence in World Languages this year to Charlotte Kane. It is now my honor to introduce Ms. Maria-Ann Tokas, who will present the Award for Excellence in Entrepreneurship.
It's always so difficult to follow, Mr. Green. Good afternoon. So in entrepreneurship, we work with a lot of interesting startups, but I must admit that this was one of the more original concepts this year. With special fungus, a steel box, and some mesh, this student led his capstone team in the development of a super mushroom that eats grease and tried to package it for restaurants to clean their grease straps. It could have been a success if they were the first to market, but oddly enough, another company saw potential in this grease-eating fungus too and figured out how to mass produce it. But all was not lost. There still was another problem to solve if this grease-eating fungus was going to make money. The businesses that needed it the most couldn't use it because the infrastructure needed for the grease traps was not invented. They saw the opportunity, and what do startups do best? They iterate, and the Grease Gladiator was born. Okay, it didn't win the Shark Tank this year, but neither did Ring, and that became a billion-dollar business. So what makes this student stand out to me? He epitomizes the ability to combine science with entrepreneurship to solve complex problems. He's creative and innovative, embraces failure graciously, and wants to make an impact to change people's lives physically and economically. Sebastian Makaya, this year you are the winner of the Entrepreneurship Award. Matt Ziegler will now present the award for excellence in technology and engineering.
Each year, the Technology and Engineering Department recognizes a senior who demonstrates the ability to be successful across a wide array of topics and courses. Will Kendall Allen please join me on stage? An area of focus for technology has been prosthetic devices, which was the subject of Kendall Allen's STEM capstone project. An early prosthetic was created by the Greek inventor Daedalus, who designed 2 sets of wings, one for him and a smaller set for his son Icarus. A child's prosthetic needs to fit a growing body, which is a challenge. Kendall combined existing technologies to make a new technology, a 3D printed prosthetic that can easily be sized up and reprinted with the click of a button, like buying a new pair of shoes. Something that may seem like a simple concept required a lot of deep learning on Kendall's part. How does 3D printing work? What are the mechanics of prosthetics? How do you design 3D models? As with any complex technological problem, the search for answers required Kendall to draw on his general skills and knowledge as a student, his careful and dedicated nature, his ability to communicate and ask good questions, and his interest in a wide range of topics to meet the challenge. The result is a creation that can make the daily lives of thousands of children and parents better. The story of Icarus is a cautionary tale to not use technology to fly too close to the sun. But the story of Kendall Allen reminds us that young people can lead us closer to the sun by challenging our ideas about what is possible. Kendall's future in technology is bright, and I will enjoy seeing how high he can fly. Kathleen Adams will now present the award for excellence in visual arts.
I'm pleased to honor this year's Senior Visual Art Award recipient, AJ Malin Gravely. AJ is an artist, open-minded and driven to express herself in ways both whimsical and profound. She's challenged herself to grow and stretch, tackling new methods with which to engage with art-making materials. In turn, AJ has grown to understand that the creative process isn't linear. There is value in failure. It shows us what doesn't work and gets an artist ever closer to what will. This flexible mindset is a reflection of AJ's determination and desire to fully engage with the artistic process. Art critic Jerry Saltz once said, "Art is a way of showing the outside world what your inside world looks like." And AJ's AP Art and Design Sustained Investigation perfectly embodied that observation. AJ chose to delve into what sets her apart from others, her neurodifferences, bravely mining her experiences with the development and persistence of tics. AJ focused her artistic gaze upon herself, creating a body of artwork that chronicles a journey that began with questioning and self-consciousness, moved to moments of self-awareness, and finally, a state of self-acceptance. Her culminating artwork is a powerful affirmation that her uniqueness is also a gift. AJ shared with her audience that which makes her most vulnerable. Her bravery is a testament to her dedication to create art that's generated from a place of truth, honesty, and authenticity. We wish her all the best as she begins her undergraduate study in illustration at the Maryland Institute and College of Art in the fall. Congratulations, AJ. It is now my pleasure to recognize Anna Rose Robinson with the 12th Grade Excellence in Dance Award. Anna Rose has been a model dance student this year, gracefully leading by example. A true professional, Anna Rose was always on time and prepared, always the first one to complete assignments, and always the first to volunteer her time and energy. She has a quiet confidence that lends itself to her pure and smooth quality of movement. Anna Rose choreographed and performed a solo for the Fall Dance Showcase, and again choreographed a trio for the spring concert. She approached her work with thoughtfulness and organization that demonstrates true maturity of a serious artist. Anna Rose pulls from her personal experiences to create work that's filled with raw emotion. Her work is endearing, expressive, and authentic. During the creative process, Anna Rose humbly responds to feedback and applies it to her work to evolve a dance while also staying true to her artistic voice. Ms. Chin encouraged Anna Rose to take creative risks while also understanding and appreciating the subtleness of Anna Rose's artistic voice. Greatly respected by her peers, Anna Rose will be missed by the Bullis Dance Department as a whole. Congratulations, Anna Rose. I would now like to invite Ms. Cheryl Terwilliger, Director of the Visual and Performing Arts, to the podium.
Since his arrival in 9th grade, Tom Rossi has been a standout performer in our concert band, jazz workshop, and pit orchestra, elevating every group with which he has played. The first bass trombonist ever in our program, he is motivated, enthusiastic, and professional, desiring to achieve excellence in every endeavor. Tom has distinguished himself as a leader and role model who exudes positivity and support for peers and teachers. His eagerness to learn and his love for music inspires others around him. Tom demonstrates advanced musicianship while also collaborating effectively and showing a true commitment to the team's success. And we have all appreciated the intellectual nature of his questions and the deep thinking he engages in about music. Tom has earned many individual accolades during his career here and played an important role in the continued success of our groups in band competitions and other events. He was named to the All-State Junior Band and attended the prestigious Interlochen Summer Institute program. He has performed with the well-known Blues Alley Youth Orchestra. He consistently earned superior ratings at district and state solo festivals and has been a 4-year member and officer of our chapter of the Tri-M Music Honor Society, serving and leading with distinction. Recently, Tom completed his outstanding career at Bullis with a very successful capstone solo recital. Tom intends to pursue a music degree in college, and we look forward to hearing him on stage in a future symphony orchestra. It is now my pleasure to recognize Jocelyn Lee with the 12th Grade Theater Award. The students and teachers in the theater department spend a lot of time together when putting on a show. When a student works on every single show in one way or another during their time at Bullis, strong connections are made. Ms. Franklin feels that she really got to know who Jocelyn is as a student, an actor, and a person, and she is honored to present her with this year's award. Jocelyn is thoughtful, caring, and compassionate. She's dedicated to perfecting her craft and helping her classmates. During her time at Bullis, she has been involved in every theatrical production, whether it be on stage, behind the scenes, or both. As the president of the International Thespian Society, Troop number 3707, she has been one of the leaders in the Bullis Theater Department. Jocelyn works hard and is fully committed to every challenge placed before her. Ms. Franklin has witnessed Jocelyn grow into an amazing young woman. At times during the course of a show, difficult topics are discussed and explored. Jocelyn has approached each of these instances with poise, honesty, and a level of understanding that belies her age. She was always taking great care to listen, making sure that everyone's voice was heard. It is always bittersweet this time of year to see our seniors leave for bigger things. Ms. Franklin will miss the conversations she and Jocelyn have had over the years, but we know that she is going to do amazing things in the near future. Congratulations. Kira Orr will now present the 12th grade Michael Ivey Achievement Award, the Joy of Living Award, and the William Price Citizenship Award.
Sup? Mr. Green didn't say that one. The Michael Ivey Achievement Award is presented each year to a student in each class who has made notable improvement, both academically and personally, either from the previous year during their entire Bullis tenure or in the current year. This year, for the senior class, I'd like to proudly announce Nye Evans is the winner. Is Nye, she not gone? Is she gone? She's up top? All right, I'm gonna keep talking while you make your way down here, Mama. A couple of weeks ago, while speaking with a former classmate of mine, I mentioned that I would be presenting the Mike Ivey Award this year. As we reminisced and exchanged fond memories, by the way, I went to school with Mike. My friend said, you know, I'm getting close to 50 years old, and Mike Ivey is still the most incredible person I've ever met. I just kind of smiled to myself, then I replied, you know, that's probably the most honest thing I've heard all year. And I meant that, so he was such a great guy, passed away too young, but so to give this award, especially for Nye, it means a lot to me because of how much Mike meant to me personally. So that stated, aside from Mike, I've never met a more self-assured person than Nye Evans. While I'm sure she has moments of doubt, the world never sees it. Nye knows exactly what she wants, and she knows she is equally capable of achieving it. Her self-confidence, belief in herself, and willingness to work hard all come together to form an unstoppable young woman, determined, laser-focused, and never distracted by the frivolity around her, Naye sets a good and systematically works hard to achieve it. In this way, she is very much like Mike Ivey. Having had the opportunity to work with and support Naye as she's navigated different challenges and setbacks over the past 4 years, I have often felt Naye is the reincarnated version of Mike Ivey. I'm kidding, of course. But all jokes aside, through it all, she has always maintained a sunny and positive attitude. I'm looking for the best in every situation. 10 years from now, I'll probably be the one saying I'm almost 60 years old, and Mike Ivey and Naye Evans are still the two most incredible people I've ever met. Congratulations. Guys, I've been trying not to cry. You know, I've been with this class for a long time, so I'm going to hang in there. So the second award I am giving out is the Manuel Jose Baca Jr. Joy of Living Award. It is presented to a student in the senior class whose behavior and attitude convey a sense of life as a joyful experience and who has a desire to share that joy with others. This year, that award goes to Miss Logan Dross. By the way, I have written so many speeches for Logan. It's getting hard to come up with new stuff over the years, so I think this is well-deserved. Lieutenant Colonel Manny Baca was most known for his good-natured personality, willingness to help others, and his easy laugh. The same words can be used to describe Logan Dross. Just as the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg challenged us to fight for the things that we care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join us, Logan Dross strives not only to follow the advice of her idol, but she's living it day by day. Like RBG, Logan's short stature hasn't served as a barrier to becoming influential and bigger than the community around her. If anything, it's propelled her forward for becoming the confident, caring, justice-seeking young woman she is. In addition to her academic gifts, Logan is also a talented artist and an athlete. Whether on the stage, the golf course, or in the classroom, Logan's cheery demeanor is felt by all. Numerous people have shared stories about an occasion when Logan made them feel good about themselves simply by being herself. I am thrilled to present Logan Dross with the Manny Baca Joy of Living Award. And the final award for the evening is my William H. Price Citizenship Award, and that's going to Oliver Abishakra. The William H. Price Citizenship Award is given each year in honor of Brigadier General William H. Price, who taught at Bullis during the 1970s. I didn't know him, by the way. He was a well-respected and beloved teacher who taught self-discipline as well as science. Each year, students receive this award based on their productive and responsible conduct and involvement in the life of the school. Each of these individuals helps to build and support a sense of community, accomplishment, and pride for us all. This year's recipient is a person that brings life and energy to the Bullis campus each day. The first thing you'll notice about Oliver is that he nearly always has a huge beaming smile on his face. Second thing you'll notice is that there seems to always be a fast-paced stream of words coming out of that smile. There's no doubt about it, Oliver likes to talk. But the best part is that he always has something good and positive to say. Charismatic, charming, and uplifting, people of all walks of life are drawn to him. He is the kind of person who makes everyone around him feel welcome, accepted, and supported. A young man who possesses an insatiable desire to succeed, coupled with a spirit which refuses to admit defeat. It is with great honor that I present Oliver Abishakra the William H. Price Citizenship Award. And now I invite Ms. Julie Finnegan to the podium to present the Community Service Award.
Hello. This is the first time in Bullis' history that someone will receive the Community Engagement Award twice in 4 years. Will Julia Evans please come to the stage? Julia Evans is the epitome of service at Bullis. It is not only her involvement with the Keen Club since 7th grade, the organization of the Keen Prom with Lily Bernstein and Mick Dwyer, NHS, and her fantastic HGS capstone on the inclusion of teens with disabilities. It is her work ethic and willingness to step up at a moment's notice to help. I had the pleasure to work with Julia on the Habitat for Humanity trip in Williamsburg last week. And as always, Julia gave 110%. One of our jobs was to paint the inside of a house. And I will never forget how her friends and I had to trick her into stopping because she wanted to keep painting. She would have kept working for another 2 or 3 hours. Her desire to pay it forward is truly remarkable. Julia, thank you for giving so much of yourself to Bullis for the last 10 years. Your future looks bright as a special needs teacher. We wish you only the best. Congratulations. Ms. Kathleen Lloyd will now present the Walt King Award for Outstanding Achievement in Athletics.
Hi, good evening. The Walt King Award for Outstanding Achievement in Athletics is given each year to a young man and young woman whose talent, dedication, and leadership in athletics have brought pride to their coaches, teammates, and to Bullis. This award is in honor of Coach Walt King, who taught at Bullis from 1976 until his retirement in 2008. He was a math teacher and department chair, coached football, golf, baseball, and wrestling, and served as the athletic director for many of those years. For over 30 years, Coach King embodied the importance of a true student athlete, demanding the most out of each student in all aspects of their lives. It is for his devotion to find the best in everyone that this award is given in his name. This year's female recipient is Trinity Franklin. Trinity is one of the most decorated athletes from Bullis at the national level to list all of her accomplishments from all 4 years of high school. So I'm just going to focus, and I only have time for junior and senior year. Junior year, she was ranked 4th at the Adidas Indoor Nationals. In her age bracket, U18, she was ranked number 3rd in the world. Nationally, number 5 shot put indoor, number 8 shot put outdoor. Nationally, number 2 junior shot put indoor, and number 1 junior shot put outdoor. Maryland State, number 1 shot put indoor and outdoor. This is just her junior year. So senior year, and to this date, when we wrote this, earned private school indoor champion in the shot put, earned New Balance Nationals indoor champion in the shot put, named Washington Post All-Met Indoor Track and Field First Team. At Penn Relays for shot put, she was named the outdoor champion. Earned ISL Outdoor Conference champion in shot put and discus, setting the meet record in both, and earning all ISL first team honors. She was named honoree for academic and sports achievements by the Pigskin Club of Washington this past month. Trinity is now the school and conference, the ISL, record holder in shot put and discus, and currently ranked number 1 in Maryland as all-time shot put for indoor and outdoor. Trinity was also on the academic honor roll, both junior and senior years, and she will be attending the University of Michigan next year to study cinema and media arts. Please congratulate Trinity Franklin, this year's outstanding female athlete. It is my pleasure, Coach Para, sorry, I started reading. Coach Para, Mr. Andres Para will present the Male Athlete Award.
It is my pleasure to present this year's male recipient of the Walking Award for Outstanding Achievement in Athletics to Oliver Bridges. Oliver is an extremely gifted athlete who has excelled on the football and track and field teams. Oliver joined the Bullis community as a freshman and has been All-IAC multiple times in both sports. His track and field coach, Joe Lee, states Oliver has a focus and determination to be the very best, both in word and in deed. At the Penn Relays, when no one thought Bullis had a chance in making the final, Oliver anchored us to a second-place finish, the top American team, finishing in the top American school. Running the anchor leg, Oliver caught two teams and had the fastest relay split of the entire meet. Oliver leaves Bullis ranking number 3 all-time in the 100 meters and number 6 all-time in the 200 meters. Oliver's first sport and top sport is football, which is a scary thought when he led Penn Relays. A leader of the football team, his work ethic and commitment is unrivaled. He was named to the Pigskin All-Met team and was an All-IAC selection as a senior. He is ranked among the top 15 players in the state of Maryland and among the top 75 defensive back prospects in the country. Oliver was named an Under Armour Maryland Crab Bowl participant and had multiple offers to schools such as Duke, Penn State, Pittsburgh, Purdue, Rutgers, and Virginia. Oliver's a great athlete, but most importantly, a wonderful human being. We wish Oliver well next year as he continues his football career at the University of Cincinnati, where he plans to pursue a degree in business. Congratulations, Oliver. We'll now present the David Heliker Awards. This award is named for David Heliker, a graduate of Bullis class of 1976, who is remembered for being a wonderful student, athlete, and friend of the Bullis community. David was a star athlete at Bullis and is a member of our Hall of Fame, having participated in football, basketball, and track. He was a co-captain of the football team, was named All-IAC at 2 positions, and was voted Punter of the Year in 1975 by the National High School Coaches Association. Tragically, David passed away as a result of injuries suffered in a car accident during his senior year at Lehigh University. Members of the class of 1976 created the Heliker Award in David's memory, which is presented annually to 2 Bullis students who do the most with their natural ability by way of teamwork, skill, and spirit in athletics, and who embody the leadership and fairness that made David such a memorable part of our community. While we will miss David, his spirit lives on in this award to 2 members of the Bullis community who represent his memory best. This year's male recipient is Sebastian Makaya. Sebastian has excelled in athletics and as a member of the Bullis community. Since joining the community as a 3rd grader, Sebastian has participated in various sports in lower school, middle, and upper school. As an upper schooler, he concentrated on soccer and wrestling, where he participated in each program since his freshman year. His wrestling coach, Ali Elias, stated that he was a pleasure to coach. Sebastian is a team player that was an excellent listener and learner of the sport. His drive to continue to improve was evident as he worked and worked until his senior year, where he was rewarded for his efforts by winning the 145-pound bracket and being named a 2022 All-IAC wrestling team member. He also went to place 7th overall at Maryland Independent School Championships. I personally had the privilege to teach Sebastian in the lower school PE, coach Sebastian in middle school soccer, and then watch him develop into an upper schooler that contributed to the varsity soccer program. Sebastian exemplifies what this Heliker Award is about, demonstrating proficiency, leadership, teamwork, and spirit, as well as embodied fairness and team awareness. Sebastian was often the hardest worker on the field. He would do anything to better his team. He showed up to practice on time, set an example for the other players, and kept his teammates accountable for their decision on and off the field. Sebastian, it has been a pleasure watching you develop into the young man that you are today, and I share extreme joy and pride watching you receive this award. We want to congratulate Sebastian on all his personal and team accomplishments and wish him the best of luck as he attends Virginia Tech University this fall. Congratulations, Sebastian.
The female recipient, Spencer Kirsch. Spencer started at Bullis in the 8th grade and then continued to develop and succeed as a 4-year varsity letter winner in both field hockey and lacrosse. She was named captain of both teams this past senior year and earned ISL All-League honors for lacrosse this past spring. Spencer's field hockey coach says her biggest contribution to the team was the example she showed all players about what it meant to work hard and then see great things happen. Lacrosse coach Bobby Horsey presented Spencer with the Unsung Hero Award. He stated, "For 4 years on varsity, she worked hard to accomplish her personal goals. She was focused, driven, and determined to be a great leader and contributor for this program on and off the field." This year, Spencer was the second leading scorer on the team with 31 goals and 6 assists, highlighted by a 5-goal performance against Holton, which included a game winner with 14 seconds left on the clock. Spencer is a leader, role model, and an amazing young woman. She made those around her better players and better people. Her college counselor, Mr. Weisgold, adds, "Upbeat, easygoing, and fiercely determined, Spencer's approach to life is worth emulating. With the courage to be herself, embrace her interests, and living a life of kindness and respect, we could all learn something from Spencer." Spencer will be attending Kenyon College next year, where she will study psychology and play lacrosse for the Owls. Congratulations to this year's Heliker Award winner, Spencer Kirsch. I would like to invite Mr. Sullivan back to the podium.
In 1930, Captain William Bullis and his wife, Lois Hoover Bullis, founded a preparatory school for the postgraduate young men wishing to enter service academies. 92 years later, Bullis continues to prepare students who choose a future of military service. Today, we recognize 3 members of the class of 2022 who have chosen such a future. I ask them to please stand when I read their names. Joseph Couch will attend the United States Military Academy at West Point. Talion Elliott will attend the United States Air Force Academy Prep School. And Jalen Jenkins will attend the United States Naval Academy. Congratulations and thank you for your service. It is now my pleasure to present the Outstanding Scholar Award to the senior who has achieved the highest academic average in this school year. Will Charlotte Kane please join me on the stage? You've been up here a lot. Charlotte crafted her senior schedule to align with her interests. She chose for herself what would spark joy: English and mythology, social studies and art. Leaning into her intellectual purposes did not mean sacrificing rigor, as she took AP and honours classes, as well as an independent study in Greek. Her teachers have noted that her ability to make connections between past and present through the lens of language is exceptional. It highlights her understanding of the patterns and cyclical nature of the human experience. Charlotte's dedication to the study of words extends beyond her enrichment, whether she's acting in a theatrical production, directing the Bullis student tutors, or serving as state board representative in the March of Our Lives movement to end gun violence. She understands the power of language to connect and transform. We have taught Charlotte, but she has also taught us. And we know that she will continue to carry her shining example of joyful compassion and purposeful intellect forward into the wider world. Congratulations, Charlotte.
Congratulations. You're not here alone.
I'm now pleased to welcome Cindy Bullis Vasco to the stage. She is the granddaughter of Commander Bullis and the daughter of Larry Bullis, former head of school.
The final award this evening is the Founders Award. The Founders Award is given to a student in the senior class who has excelled in all aspects of school life: academics, leadership, citizenship, and extracurricular involvement. It's an honor to present the Founders Award to a student who has achieved a remarkably high level while contributing in countless ways to our community. This year, the Founders Award goes to Anna Rose Robinson. In addition to her countless number of honors and AP classes, Anna served as a member of the National Honor Society and a valued member of our dance program. Anna Rose brings her best every day. Never one to stop looking to grow and challenge herself. Anna Rose earned the highest GPA of her Bullis career as a senior. To put that in context for you, she earned a 98% as a junior. And yes, this year's even higher. Anna Rose's teachers have plenty to say about her. They use the words thoughtful, reflective, inquisitive, and impactful. Anna Rose has academic strengths across curricular disciplines. Her teachers comment on her incredible preparedness, willingness to take risk in discussions, and excellent writing skills. She strives to understand the lived experiences of others, as she knows everyone has a story. She uses everything she learns as a process of discovery, a process she relishes and for which she is admired and deeply respected. Furthermore, she is consistently kind in word and deed. She listens more than she speaks and makes those around her feel safe. Outside of school, Anna Rose has been dancing since she was 5 years old. Simply put, Anna Rose is one of the most accomplished and most respected students on our campus. She is leaving Bullis a better place than when she arrived in our community, and we are all better for knowing her. Please join me in congratulating Anna Rose Robinson as this year's Founders Award recipient. I'd now like to invite Mr. Policino back to the podium.
Good evening. I would ask our speakers and presenters to exit to the right while I bring up our SGA executives. Will Talia, Talion, and Donovan please come up for a special note?
We would like to give a special thank you to a group of individuals who made our senior year memorable. In a year of so much uncertainty, we appreciated everything that our parent representatives did for us. From the special breakfast and snacks to the gifts at senior supper, you made our year that much better.
We have a token of appreciation and ask you join us on stage. Please welcome Lisa Clayton Robinson, Renuka Anderson, Courtney Rossi, and Louise Rossi to the stage.
It is now time for our viewing of the senior video, which our senior parents also helped create, so thank you.
Thank you again to our senior parents for putting that together. We appreciate it. I know the seniors did, certainly. Lastly, I want to thank all of our seniors for all that they did this year. I'll talk a little bit more about that on Monday night. But our first year back of having everybody in school after 2 very challenging years was led by all of you. And so I want to thank you and give you a round of applause for that as a class. One of the unique aspects of COVID as well also impacted award winners tonight. As you heard, we had our outstanding scholar this year who earned the highest GPA in her senior year. We then have 2 seniors who'll be recognized as co-valedictorians for earning the highest GPA in their 4 years total, which has not happened in the 2 decades that I've been here at Bullis. So tomorrow night we will hear from, Monday night, getting ahead of myself. Monday night we'll hear from and recognize our 2 co-valedictorians, and that is Julian Christensen and Henry Maravilla. So congratulations to the 2 of them. And before we depart, I just ask that you please review the emails that came out regarding the Strathmore's expectations for protocols, including masking, PCR tests if you are not vaccinated, and proof of vaccination that is required by the Strathmore. All of our students are already taken care of in terms of that, and we will see all of you on Monday night. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.